The convergence between land-based and real money wagering is a hot topic right now in the industry. With that in mind, Traffic Generation put together a team of industry experts to answer some questions.
So it's amazing where we launched our casino, and first player adoption was really rapid with people that played slot games, and that was traditionally women 45 plus. Now being in social, it actually allowed us to get an audience that was wider than just women 45 plus. We were going towards a male audience as well as a younger audience, because traditionally Facebook is a younger platform, for gaming at least. And so with that said, our age went from a median age of 45 down to a median age of 34. Our male-female ratio is 53% female, almost 50-50, and 47% male. So you can see that the demographic has certainly changed. With that said, social has really done a good job not only bringing new players in, but also being able to cross-sell and upsell new products, right? So even though they're like one slot machine, you can introduce new content. Discovery is very easy. And also when you have free gameplay, you give them free coins. In our casino, we give free coins every 4 hours. So it gives the person the opportunity to play for free. 98% of our players play for free. It's an engagement. It's very addictive, but it's fun. It's a fun environment. It's all about entertainment for us, and really just giving our content out and letting people play it.
So I think there's a lot that can be learned from it. I mean, the last few years, obviously, there's been this explosion of games like Farmville and so on and so forth, and more, I guess, of mobile games. I think there's a recent one called Heyday and so on. And bringing that kind of player experience together, I think, has opened up a whole new market that was never there before. I think integrating that now more into traditional slot content, or even, I guess, potentially into table game content, but perhaps more so slot content, and taking some of those game concepts over into the real money world, I think is absolutely beneficial. But I think there's a huge amount that can be learned from it. I think absolutely, yeah. And I mean, for me, one of the key things about social is the increased business intelligence that it gives you. And if you can integrate that into your offering today, you can start to understand more about what your players' interests are, and also start to see who their friends are, and you can start to bring that in right now. You don't necessarily need to integrate it directly into games, but it can be integrated into your wallet system, into your account system, or whatever. But yeah, they can definitely get ahead of the game.
Yes, there are definitely the operators, especially in the US, and this doesn't go for all operators. But in the US, the marketplace is very much aimed at the grind, the fun players. And they want them through the door, so they've got to get ahead of the game to make sure that they can hook them and bring them into their casino before they've even left their homes, before they go to Las Vegas or one of the resorts.
If the goal is to convert land-based casino players to the online, then the brand helps. And don't forget that in the United States, 25% of the population has visited a casino more than once per year. This is data from Harrah's. Whereas in Europe, only 4 or 5% of the population visits a casino. So I think in the United States, a large part of the population has seen the big brands. So if you know that whichever of the big suppliers, if you've seen their titles in the brick and mortar casino environment and then you see them online, yeah, then that might work. I think it takes away, especially if you have to pay for games, it creates more trust. If you say, oh, I know this game, I've seen it in the casino, so now I'm going to play it online. But I think that will work more in the United States, where a much bigger part of the population is used to playing games in a land-based environment. I think what you see in and around Europe is that it's not the big brand that makes people play on the internet. It is a trademark. Hollywood games, themes that they know from television.
I think so. I think, they see the money. I think it's a $4 billion business in terms of virtual casinos, virtual goods, if you will, based on the casino vertical, both in Facebook as well as mobile apps. So the opportunity is huge. If you have good content like High Five Games, you want to be able to go multi-platform. You want to leverage every single channel you have to get the most out of that game content that you've built. We have premium games. We want to leverage that game for land-based and realize as much revenue from land-based, realize as much revenue from social, realize as much revenue from online gaming. So the online gaming guys are taking that content and say, hey, we can make a boatload of money, or at least some money, in social, and leveraging that same content. Why not do it? And then also giving the opportunity for free gameplay is always a great thing. You want to demo the products, you want to play for free, you get people, comfortable with the game itself. So that's an advantage. They may be just using it as a promotional vehicle, but certainly it may pay dividends in the online wagering space later on. So whether it's promotional or an actually revenue-driving channel for them, I think it's a plus either way.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the great things, in my opinion, of the opening up of the US market, is that ability to cross-sell. It's never really been possible in Europe because online gaming has just kind of pushed ahead. And we take the UK as an example. There isn't really a land-based casino scene that we could talk of in the same way as there is in the US. But having the ability to extend your brand out, enabling people to play either in a free-to-play environment or in a real money environment or even social, and then taking whatever benefits you can get from that back into the casino, into the land-based casino, incredibly powerful. And we've already seen that with some of the stuff that I've been working on recently, where the importance of having an online offering and what it does in terms of overall player profitability.